Hey guys, I wanted to do a real quick video and show you guys about fuel treatments. What a lot of people don't know right now is up to 15% of the fuel that we put in our motorcycles contains ethanol. We can't always find an ethanol-free gas station, even though that's what we want to try to do. The problem with ethanol is something called phase separation. Phase separation is what happens to vinegar and oil in an Italian dressing. When you sit down at an Italian restaurant, you have to take the dressing and shake it to mix things back up. When you set it down, the vinegar and the oil separate. That's called phase separation. The same thing happens in our fuel. Since 15% of our fuel, or up to 15% of our fuel, is now ethanol, and ethanol is an alcohol, they separate. The problem with that is not just that they separate, is that alcohol is hygroscopic, which means it absorbs water. Petroleum fuel, on the other hand, is hydrophobic, which means it repels water. So the two don't want to mix. When you have something that's hygroscopic and hydrophobic, like 15% ethanol and 85% gasoline, and they separate, the hygroscopic portion of that fuel absorbs water. And since our motorcycle fuel systems are vented to the atmosphere, it can pull as much water as it wants to into our fuel systems. So they make fuel treatment products. The old standby is a seafoam or a stable. We have a stable that's specifically made for ethanol here. We've got a Startron, which is hugely popular in the South, especially with guys with marine applications, jet skis, boats, things like that. The product that we use here at Cycle Stop USA is called Century. What the major difference in these products is that Century is not a petroleum distillate-based product. It's got its own proprietary base stock, which means that it's not hydrophobic. These other two are hydrophobic. Even the stable that is designed for ethanol is hydrophobic. So what I have is I have 3 Red Bull cans that I've turned upside down, and I filled them with just enough fuel treatment from each different manufacturer so you can illustrate the difference. I have here a dropper of water. I'm going to put 6 drops of water in each one of these soda cans upside down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what you can't see right now is that the water in the Century has already emulsified, meaning that the product has already absorbed the water and turned it into a different chemical. The Startron, the water is just sitting in the center in bubbles. This is what the water will do in your fuel tank if you use this fuel product. It's not going to mix. Same thing's going on over here at the stable that's designed for ethanol. Now this has some other things to it that will allow it to do some cleaning, but the bottom line is it's not going to eliminate the water from your fuel system. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to light these 3 on fire. I'm going to start with the Century, then I'm going to go to the Startron, then I'm going to go to the stable. What I want you to watch is how volatile the flame is. The more volatile, any sparks you see will be detonation in your engine. And I want you to see how the different fuel system cleaners, or treatments rather, respond. So I'm going to light these on fire. Remember, the more orange you see, the dirtier the fire. So I've got these 3 lit. Let's see if they'll stay lit. Look at how the first can with the Startron is bounced around, and look at all that. That is detonation. That means it's not increasing the octane in your fuel. Look at how nice and mellow the 2 outside flames are, and look how blue the flame is with the Century. It's a very clean frame. There we go, flame. There we go. Now our stable is starting to react as well. This is detonation. Look how dark the smoke is. That's what's going to happen inside your engine when all is said and done. And the flame's going to get less volatile, but it's still a very dirty flame. Look at how clean our flame is over here on the Century product. The Century is burning very slow. It's important to remember that the slower that your fuel burns, the higher the octane and the less detonation. Look at how clean the Century is still burning to this point. Now we're completely gone with the Startron. Now the flame just went out on our stable. What we're going to do is bring the camera over when we're done. When this flame goes out and it burns all this off, notice it's still burning. Same amount of, each one of these soda cans holds the same amount of product. We still haven't burned out of our Century. We still have a nice clean flame. It's very hot. There's no combustible byproduct to discern. There's no detonation to discern. This is a very clean product, and remember, it's not petroleum distillate based. This is made right here in Florida. We can ship this. It's not considered a hazardous material. We sell it in quarts, and we also sell it in an 8-ounce jar that'll do 20 gallons. This quart will do 200. Now this flame's gonna go out in just a second. And what I want you to see is the residue, because every time you put something in your fuel, after it's done combusting, it's gonna leave a byproduct in your engine. And you want that byproduct to be as clean as it possibly can. Just about out here. Still no detonation, still a nice clean flame, no smoke, nothing to speak of as far as what it's going to leave inside your engine. It's going to be dirty, and that's important because on the back side of our valves, on the tops of our pistons, in our combustion chambers, build up in our exhaust system especially, all of that is horsepower robbers. It's all making things not last as long. So the flame's almost completely out here. It's going to go out on its own in just a second. The flame's out. Okay, bring the camera over. I want you to see the tops of these. Look at the mess on the ground around here, and look at, this is a gooey, sticky oil that I could pick the can up with. That's what's going to be left on the back side of your valves. It's very sticky. On the Startron, nice big mess here. We saw this was the first one to detonate. There's nothing. There's no residue at all. Look at the Sentry. The Sentry is a nice, very clean, lubricating oil. It's going to lubricate the back side of your valves. It's going to lubricate the tops of your pistons. It's a very clean oil. No residue around the can, and a very clean flame. If you're interested in getting a set of this, if you're interested in getting some of this Sentry, call the shop at 813-754-2959, and we'll ship you out either a quart or we'll ship you out an 8-ounce jug. My name is Jason from Cycle Stop USA. Thanks for watching.